So the first game I worked on was Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops, and followed by Metal Gear Solid 4 and Peace Walker. And after that I worked on a few Halo games, Halo 4 and Halo 5. The first thing I try to do is to understand the emotional context of the game, and because that what drives the music from my point of view. So, and then that turns into the choice of instruments, or if I'm working on a specific scene of the game, I try to feel the tempo, and okay, this works really well, or okay, that could be too fast, or I figure out those pacing for the game, and yeah, that's my starting point. Concept art. I often look at the concept art, and then that really helps me. So I figure out the tone. When I heard about the concept for Scavengers, I thought the pacing towards the end of the match was really crucial, and then the concept of being in the nature and all the storm aspect. The impression I got is that it's not a consistent tension, right? So it starts a little bit in the calm way, like sort of feels like the storm is coming from the distance. So I want it to have the music convey that feeling, right? So you don't want to start very intense, but towards the end it has to get to very intense tension. And so I created a piece that's, I think it's pretty unusual for a video game, that like it changes the tempo over time. So it starts very slow and then gets really fast over time, and in a very linear fashion. What fascinates me with Scavengers is that every moment feels it should have its own pacing, right? Like it's when the storm is far away, that's a little bit different feeling than when you have to get to the ship. The way we have music so far is very sparse, like it's sparsely placed. So yeah, I think it's something we need to find out over time, like how much music is appropriate for the game, and if it is appropriate for us to have the music in the game, how do we make it dynamic? It has to be dynamic because of the mechanics of the game, but we just need to find the right balance, because sometimes in the open world multiplayer experience, like music could get in the way, right? So yeah, we just need to find that balance, and we're still working on it. I grew up doing a little bit of a programming myself, so I do like the tech aspect of it, and then now these days there's a lot of emotion to it, so it's really merging all of the creative aspect that I like about. Well, in terms of composing, when I first got into the video game world, I had a chance to work with Harry Gregson-Williams, and so that has been my big influence. Yeah, I just listened to soundtrack of Death Stranding, and it sounded fantastic, and it's actually done by a friend of mine, and who I used to work together at Konami. So yeah, I was really happy to listen to that. And yeah, well, what I enjoy the most on this project is that I get to work with the people I used to work with, you know, and but creatively, it's a fresh start and of something new, and that's what I always wanted to do. So yeah, having an opportunity to come up with the tone from scratch and work on the themes from the scratch was really fascinating. Oh, I would be terrible, probably. Yeah. Yeah. What would I bring? I might bring a snow shovel, so I can build a building and keep me warm.
Yeah. Yeah. That would work.
Yeah.
And so when did you start programming on? What was your first program?
Well, I was on MS-DOS, and I was writing code on BASIC, and that was my first thing. And I was trying to make a video game myself, and it was really unsuccessful at it. And